Hello everyone and welcome back. The last video we learned about the structure of a Java program including classes, main method, statements and comments. Now the next topic is compilation and execution flow. So this is what happens behind the scenes when you run a Java program. So understanding this is crucial for testers because it helps debug errors. It explains why Java is platform dependent. It connects directly to how Selenium scripts are executed step by step. So let's dive in. So first, let's talk about compilation. So you write a Java program in a .java file. So for example, in our case, it is first program.java. So to compile it, we use the Java compiler. So let's say, for example, like we have this first program at this path. Okay, so if you see, this is under C. So I will just copy this. If you just want to compile it, what you can do is you can open command prompt. So if you want to go with the command prompt, if you want to see how compilation happens, we can do that with the help of command prompt. So let us open command prompt and then we will add a command, that is javac, and then we need to provide a path of the particular program. So just provide it in the double quotes because our path has some spaces. So in that case, the command prompt will not be able to understand the correct path correctly. Okay, so that's why I just provide the path inside double quotes. So I will provide this first program dot java, and then I will just close that double quotes. Okay, and then just enter after it. Oh, there is some issue. So I will just remove this. Okay, now it will work. Okay, yeah, you see now it has compiled and then it has created a dot class file. So here javac is the Java compiler, and compilation converts your human readable code into bytecode. So if you see, bytecode is nothing but a dot class file here. So as soon as we run this command, let me delete this and then run it one more time. Just enter after it and it will create a dot class file, that is nothing but a bytecode file. You see, this is the first program dot class file. So bytecode is a platform independent, meaning it can run on any operating system with a compatible JVM. Okay, so that's why Java becomes platform independent language, because we can run it on any operating system. So if you talk about the tester's relevance here, think of it like Selenium scripts converted into instructions that WebDriver can understand. Bytecode is what JVM executes, just like WebDriver executes your Selenium steps on a browser. So after compilation, we run a program using the Java command. So to run that, I will again use the same command here, and instead of javac, I just need to use Java command here. So let me delete that C. Okay, let me back up. And then Java. Okay, and then enter after it. So Java, this command tells JVM to execute the bytecode, and JVM converts bytecode into machine code specific to your OS, and then it executes the program line by line. And then you see the output of our first program is hello Alice, welcome to Selenium automation, and it is similar to what we get in IDE. So JVM is like a Selenium WebDriver here. It reads instructions, bytecode, Selenium commands and executes them on the target environment. It explains why Java code can run on Windows, Linux, Mac, or even a server in cloud without changes. So if you want to understand the flow, we have a source code. So that is your .java file written in human readable Java format. Okay, so this is our source code, that is .java. Okay, and then the compilation. So compilation converts your source code into bytecode using javac command, right? That is the Java compiler. So it converts into bytecode, bytecode here. Okay, bytecode, and then that is nothing but a dot class file, and then JVM starts its execution. So JVM reads the bytecode and converts that bytecode into a machine code and executes. And then finally, the output. So the program result appear on the console. Okay, so this is how the step-by-step flow looks like for the compilation and execution. So what happens if there are any errors? So compilation error and runtime error. So compilation error basically happens at the javac step. So let's say, for example, if you misspelled any keyword or missing semicolon, Java will not generate a bytecode until errors are fixed. So let's do that. Let's try to just delete this file. Okay, and then I will just, what I will do is I will just simply make some wrong thing inside this class keyword. Okay, let's try to save it. Okay, and then I will again try to run it. So just try to use javac, and then it will give you an error. So you see, so it's giving us an error here, and you see there is a cap arrow here, right? This is a cap symbol, and you see there is an error here, right? So this kind of errors are compilation errors, and even in ID you can see those clearly, right? So let me correct this. Okay, and then there is a second type of error that is runtime error, which happens during JVM execution. So for example, null pointer exception. Okay, so JVM executes bytecode line by line, stops when it encounters a runtime exception, right? So let's say, for example, you are defining something string s is equal to null. Okay, and then if you try to run it, something like, let me just end it with a semicolon, and then let's try to run it. Let's try to add some more code here, and then I will simply add s dot length. Okay, and then if you try to run it, it will give you an error. Even parallelly you can run it from here. So it will compile. Okay, there will not be any compilation issues, but if you run it with a Java command, then it will create some issues. Okay, so let me, okay, I think I already have javac here. Okay, yeah, you see the exception in thread main java.lang dot null pointer exception, and even if you see in the ID, the exception is same. So these are two types of errors: compilation error, which happens at the javac step; runtime error, which happens during JVM execution, that is at the time of Java command. Okay, so if you see compilation errors, syntax issues in your test scripts, so these are nothing but a syntax issues. If you see runtime errors, the exception like no such element exception or timeout exception in your Selenium script. So knowing the flow helps identify the type of error quickly. So today we learned how Java programs are compiled and executed. We saw the step-by-step flow from source code to JVM execution. We understood why Java is platform independent, and we connected this to how Selenium scripts execute in browsers. In the next video, we will learn about Java data types and variables, because every automation script depends on storing and handling data efficiently. So if you found this helpful, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to continue your Java for testers journey. See you in the next class.